All right, getting myself set up here. I'm going to talk about something very interesting, or at least hopefully interesting for all of you today. Bit of a last minute live decision over here on my end. I know I didn't really promote this in any of the other socials, but let's just go ahead and let's just get started now. No need to wait too much longer. Let me see here. This is only a YouTube live stream. It's not being played anywhere else. We're not doing a simultaneous with. Nice. I just had Jimmy Conrad comment back on my comment I made. Nice. All right. Let's go live now. Dimo mi gente, como andan, como andan. Again, we're preparing for the 2026 Phase 1 World Cup ticket applications. Okay. But I will admit, it has been a very boring experience so far with 28 days to go until September 10 when the application phase, or for Phase 1, I should say the application process for Phase 1 of the World Cup tickets for the 2026 World Cup goes live. It's been very boring. Very little new additional information has been brought about how the application process will look like, how many tickets can people get, what are the ticket prices, which, according to my sources, we will not find out about the ticket prices until the day of. So if they release that information earlier, then it'll be a surprise to them as well. Quite frankly, we know nothing. That is really where we're at. So I figured today we talk about the Visa issued credit cards and debit cards and, the products that will be helpful for you potentially in order to purchase these World Cup tickets, because I think that is definitely something that we need to start taking a look at. I know many of you might already have one or several of these credit cards. Some of you might have some credit cards that are not even listed here, right? And I've been also learning in the past couple of days that some credit card products that I thought were operated or issued by Visa, they are not, which is actually quite surprising, and definitely was surprising for me to find out. So let's talk about the credit cards that you could use, okay, in order to access this first phase, right? And we're going to go through credit cards, debit cards, and the prepaid cards. Why not? Since they are all pretty much eligible cards for you to be able to use to purchase these tickets. And again, you might already have these cards, okay? One or several. Or, as we're going to go through this conversation, realize that not all these credit cards might fit your budget, might not fit your spending habits, might not fit your travel habits, might not fit the rewards you want to earn, might not fit how you're going to use said points or cash back. So keep in mind, right, as we go through these products, that there is not such thing as a best credit card. And I know I kind of labeled the live as the best Visa credit cards to use, but I kind of had to hook you, for one. But two, I'm not trying to be deceptive here. But the credit card that could work for you is probably not going to work for the person next to you, the one that watches next, the one that watched before. Okay, so everyone is going to have a different situation in place for these cards. Okay, I hope that makes a lot of sense to all of you. And we're just going to go in from here. Please feel free to ask questions in the chat. And we'll just go from here because honestly, I have nothing, quite frankly, I have nothing else to talk about. I realized that the UEFA Super Cup is going to be on right now as I'm doing this live stream. So probably I picked a terrible time to do this. But I figured, you know what, we might as well just do the video and just go from there. Give this information out. And, if people find it useful afterwards, then hey, then glad that is the case. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these credit cards to see which ones might make sense for you and which ones might not make sense for you. Again, keep in mind, right, that just because I say it doesn't make sense for me, it does not mean that it might not make sense to you. So what are we looking at? So we're looking at the credit cards listed on Visa's website. Okay, so for the U.S. at least. Okay, so Visa.com at least for the United States. So these credit cards are only available in the United States. So I want you to keep that in mind, okay? These credit cards are in the United States. So if you are watching this from outside the United States, I highly encourage you visit Visa's website for your specific country and find out the products that they offer in your specific country, and then you go from there. Again, following some of the same principles that I'm going to be mentioning here throughout this live here, okay? So the first one is the Secured Self Visa credit card. So this is a $0 annual fee card and then $25 afterwards. Let's see, with no credit check or prior credit required, anyone can start building credit. So this is a credit building type of credit card. Fund your card with a minimum security deposit of $100 and then use it anywhere. So this type of credit card is definitely not to earn any rewards. Instead, this is one that will allow you to build your credit. But of course, it's kind of late right now in order to start building your credit if you were, definitely considering buying tickets for the World Cup because, that's going to be, within the next month. So probably not a good, this is not going to work for you. You're not going to have the necessary credit limit in order to, purchase whatever number of tickets you want. So probably we're going to go ahead and skip that. Okay. Next one, the Prime Visa. Okay. So as you can see here, it has a $0 annual fee. Okay. This does get you a $150 Amazon gift card instantly upon approval. Now, for these types of lifestyle credit cards, because that's really what things like this, the Prime Visa card, or like the Apple credit card, lifestyle cards, okay, or any store branded credit cards, they're not going to help you for 2026 at all, okay? And quite frankly, they don't help you in general because then they tie you down to that specific store, and then at that point, you're not really earning any sort of beneficial rewards to you. You're tied to that store. The APR is terrible, right? If you do fall behind a sort of payment. So I would not recommend any sort of these lifestyle credit cards. Now we're going to get into some of these, okay? And this list is kind of mixed around, so I just wanted to show all 45 that are listed here. And then, of course, you can go ahead and look at these on your own time. Chase Freedom Unlimited is a very solid cashback credit card, okay? So if you notice that, you really don't spend enough on a monthly basis, which give or take, if you're not spending about $2,000, maybe $2,500 a month, that might not be worth for you to pursue a travel points credit card. And instead, it might be better for you to go ahead and pursue a cashback credit card. The reasoning behind that is that, we don't want you to be encouraged to spend extra money just to earn points that then you're not going to be able to use for a long time, right? Because you're not building enough points, consistently over several months that will prevent you, that will allow you to, book for hotels, book for flights, et cetera, et cetera. So instead, a cashback credit card is a very solid option for you, okay? If you find yourself in that boat, okay? And it allows you to build up your cash reserves, which, especially for those of you that in your 20s, you're very early on in your credit journey, or into this world of earning rewards from your expenses, then this is fantastic, right? So the intro offer, you earn a $200 bonus after you spend $500 on purchases. Then you enjoy 5% cash back on travel through the Chase Travel Portal. 3% cash back on drugstores and dining, which is, that's usually an expense that a lot of people already have. And then 1.5% cash back on all other purchases. So Chase Freedom Unlimited, if you're looking for a cash back credit card, could be a solid option for you. $0 annual fee as well, 0% intro APR on balance transfers, okay, and on purchases for 15 months. So if your plan was to, you don't have all the money now to buy the tickets, you're going to go all in on buying the tickets and give yourself 15 months to pay it off, okay, do that. But you make sure you do have the plan to pay off this entire credit card bill in 15 months, okay? So you want to make sure that is indeed the case, all right? A similar credit card is the Wells Fargo Reflect card, and there's some other, there's going to be some other cashback credit cards here. Again, same process here. This Reflect card gives you 0% intro APR for 21 months from account opening. Again, $0 annual fee. This one doesn't seem to be as powerful as this one in the sense of the amount of cash back that you could earn back. Okay. So this one's just kind of a basic. Okay. Yeah, this is basically not even really a cash back card, more so a, you're taking advantage of this, right? Of the 0% APR for 21 months. But again, you don't want to really narrow yourself in that front. Chase Freedom. I thought this credit card you couldn't really apply for. I believe you could definitely apply for unlimited, but it looks like you could also apply for the Chase Freedom Rise. This one is more straightforward. This one is good to help build your credit. Earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Okay, so it doesn't give you any reward. Okay, but it does also have a $0 annual fee. Okay. All right. YouTube, make sure you keep asking questions right here in the chat. I'll go ahead and answer those, of course. And we'll go from here. I did decide to turn in TikTok right away as well. So TikTok, thank you for joining me here. We are talking about the Visa issued credit cards that you could potentially use for 2026. We're live on the YouTube live stream. So if you want to join us there, I'm reviewing all the credit card products that Visa has on their website that are Visa issued. Of course, there are other credit cards that are Visa issued, that were Visa issued, I should say, that no longer are Visa issued, so just go ahead and keep that in mind, okay? All right, so for the Ramp Business, I quite frankly have not heard of this credit card before, so how about we just skip this? I think this is definitely, yeah, this is something about no credit history, so, and this is for what? For corporate spending, so let's just skip that one then. Inc. Business Unlimited, I have heard this credit card be solid for those of you that own a business, even if it's like a self-employed type of business. This could be good. Earn $750 bonus cash back after you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. So if you know that you're already going to make a big World Cup ticket purchase, this could be a good credit card for you, okay? Earn unlimited 1.5 cash back on every purchase made for your business, and it does have a no annual fee. So again, if you have a business, this is a pretty solid card in my opinion. With that 0% intro APR for 12 months, that makes it rather solid in that respect. $0 annual fee, also a very solid point here. But again, you are only earning the 1.5% cash back. You could be earning more rewards with other credit cards, so just keep that in mind, right? And again, as you're seeing, there's always going to be strengths and weaknesses with each of these cards, okay? Question related to this purchase of the tickets. Is it possible for the website to crash on September 10th? Possible. Hopefully not. I've not heard this. This is a business credit card, so we'll go ahead and skip this. This one I would say is one of the top cashback credit cards in the market. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. I personally don't like Wells Fargo as an institution. In fact, none of these banks are necessarily your best friend when it comes to money services and stuff like that. But if there is one financial product that Wells Fargo does have that is very, very solid, it is the Active Cash Card. Okay, 0% intro APR for 12 months, $0 annual fee. Okay, you do earn a $200 cash rewards bonus after spending $500 in the first 3 months. So that's an easy bonus that you can achieve. You know, you're buying just even a couple of tickets for the World Cup. That's going to be a rather easy bonus to be able to hit. So kind of see it as if you spend $1,000 on tickets, then you're getting $200 back. Like, that's fantastic. I mean, honestly. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on all your purchases. Okay. So again, see this credit card as kind of, and we'll get to the Chase Preferred. Yes, it is, but we'll get to the Chase Preferred. I'll talk about the strengths and weaknesses of that. See the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card as your cash back card, like kind of relative of the Capital One Venture cards, right? Whereas the Capital One Venture cards, there is an annual fee and you're earning travel miles. With this card, you are earning cash back, okay? But the good thing is that you're earning 2% cash back, unlimited on anything, right? Whichever the category, it is very solid in that respect, okay? No categories to track, so that's what makes it really fun. You don't have to think about it, right? It's just boom. It's just 2% cash back on absolutely everything, and that's again, like I said, a really 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 solid card if you're looking for that cash back. Okay, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is really a favorite amongst travel hackers, folks that are getting into the beginner space of the travel points and miles journey. I have this credit card, or I should be more specific, my wife has this credit card, and we don't find it as useful for us, but that's because of the different credit cards that we already have that allows us to have a different setup. Okay? So it's not as powerful of a credit card for us as it potentially could have been, but that's because we have other credit cards. The Amex Gold takes care of the dining, the dining aspect of it. We have the Venture X, which kind of takes care of a lot of the travel stuff. So we got the card because we were able to get the extra points. We used it on a Hyatt stay in Dublin, but that was about it. Yes, the streaming is important here. It is kind of useful, but we're gonna recalibrate or reorient some of our credit cards. So what am I talking about here specifically? So this credit card does have a $95 annual fee. Okay, you would earn 75,000 bonus points after you spend 5,000 on purchases within the first 3 months. So again, a solid option. Okay, and I do have a referral link to this card on my website, travelfootballfan.com. If you want to help, hook it up with some referral points that I would earn if you use my link. Just of course, make sure that you are earning the 75,000 bonus points. And so here are the categories. Okay, you earn 5 times on travel when you purchase any sort of travel through the Chase Travel Portal, 3 on dining, so 3 points on dining, select streaming services, and online groceries. So you earn 3 points on that. And then 2 times points on all other travel purchases, and then 1 times points on all other purchases. Yes, they are having a special offer, I believe, of I think it's another offer that they're having, if I'm not mistaken. But go with this, okay? Yes, earn up to $50 in saving credits for each account anniversary or for hotel stays through the Chase Travel. So this is good if you don't have like a loyalty to a specific hotel brand, okay? If you're not really loyal to any of the hotels and you just want to book like more of the boutique hotels, just more independent hotels, then using the Chase Travel Portal, sure, that could definitely work for you. You do get a 10% anniversary points boost, which equals 10% of your total purchases made in the previous year. So that's pretty solid right there. You do get these other perks as well. Okay. So again, the reason why this card doesn't really work for us is because we've already earned the bonus points. Okay. We already used up all the credits that we were able to get. We didn't really use this $50 statement credit because we're Marriott loyalists. So it doesn't make too much sense for us to go stay at another hotel just to use that $50 credit. It doesn't really quite make sense for us, okay? However, if you are new to the points and miles space, this is a solid card because for $95 annual fee, you do get the benefits of these spending categories, right? Of these bonus categories that you get to earn these extra points. So it's good. It's good to start with. But I think if you're a more of an intermediate or expert level on travel points and miles, not necessarily the most optimal credit card, okay? All right. I should review next the Sapphire Reserve Personal, not the business one, but I guess that's going to be down on the list later, okay? So let's go ahead next with the Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card. This one is definitely for business, okay? And this one, unless you have a massive spend that you're anticipating to do for the World Cup, $8,000, you earn 90,000 bonus points. I probably wouldn't do this one, okay? And remember, you also have to take into account, the points categories that you could earn the bonus points on. So if you're not spending a lot of money on travel and business expenses with a business, then I would probably skip this card. So again, maybe you consider it if you own a business, but if you're personal, then I wouldn't. Okay. Wells Fargo autograph card. This looks like it is a bonus points card, but I believe the disadvantage of this card is that you can't really transfer your points to travel partners, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I could be wrong on this one, but I believe that the Wells Fargo autograph card, okay, doesn't really, you know, allow you to transfer those points. So yes, you'll earn points, but those are not really transferable to travel partners like United, your Hilton, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, this could be a good card for you because again, of the 0% annual fee, 0% intro APR for 12 months, but it's again, the points are restrictive. It keeps you within the Wells Fargo system, ecosystem, I should say. Not really good. Okay. Then there's the Inc. Business Cash Credit Card. Again, this is another one for business expenses. So if you have one, great. Now you have a couple of the Southwest Rapid Rewards credit cards, and I think I'll skip like the specifics of the Southwest credit cards. But the main thing to consider about Southwest is that do not, or rather, only get this credit card if you live in a Southwest Airlines airport hub, okay, and or you are expecting, well, I mean, for any of these 16 host cities, maybe Kansas City is a bit of a Southwest hub, but sort of. But really, any of the other host cities don't really use Southwest Airlines like that, or they're not major hubs. So keep that in mind, okay? Maybe you want to use the World Cup as an opportunity to earn points that then you will use those points for future travel outside of the World Cup. Then maybe you go ahead and consider the Southwest credit cards. But again, that's going to keep you to travel more than likely within North America. I know they said they were expanding to Europe with Iceland Air, but that's about it. So keep that in mind. The Pro, yes, you could earn points on Southwest, but they do have some negatives, including not only the limited travel within North America, but also they no longer have the free check baggage. Although these credit cards might give you the that perk. Does this one give you that perk? Maybe not this one, but some of the other ones. And then assigned seating, right? Okay. Wells Fargo Autograph Journey, again, one of these other credit cards, which, yes, you can earn those bonus points, but my main concern is, can you transfer them to airline partners? I don't believe you can, so just keep that in mind. We'll skip this one. This one's for USAA Preferred Cash Rewards, so this is a cashback credit card. Good, especially if you're in the military, you could be, if you have your account with USAA, that could work. The Capital One Platinum Rewards Visa with no annual fee. So this is just straight up cashback rewards on eligible gas and grocery purchases. Basically on these categories, very simple. There's probably other better ones. We'll skip this one. Again, somewhat similar with the other USAA card. Again, Southwest. All right, United. So you could earn a lot of United miles. You see that, right? $150 annual fee. You earn 100,000 bonus miles. That sounds very good. But again, do you live in an airport or in a city where United is your main hub? That is Washington, D.C., Dulles. That's Newark. That's Denver. That's Houston. Those are the ones that come right off the bat on top of my head. If you don't live in any one of those United hub cities, this might not work for you because, again, the whole point is to take advantage of those United miles. Yes, on United flights, even though sometimes that is more expensive than using your points on other airlines. I could explain that in full detail afterwards. But at least you can use those United miles for that type of trouble, like leaving out of those airport hubs. There's one for you as well, okay? The Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. I know that there's one for the regular one, okay? That's down here, okay? Both, I believe, similar annual fee. Yeah, $7.95. You could earn so basically with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, let's go with the personal one, not so much the business, okay? Massive, right? Earn 100,000 bonus points, $500 Chase travel if you spend $5,000 in the first round. So you will earn a ton of points. This is basically valued at $1,000 worth of bonus points. So that already makes up for that annual fee, okay? Because those bonus points are basically at basic, they're valued 1 cent per mile. So that's basically $1,000 of travel, plus on top of that another $500 of Chase travel promo credit. Like, the credit card's already paying you. And so instead, yes, you pay $7.95, but it's going to pay you back in all of these credits, okay? So that is awesome. However, yes, you have to pay that fee. And you need to know how you're going to use these Chase points, because one of the things that with this credit card specific, right? Not so much with the United or with the Southwest one, because you know those are limited to United or Southwest. With the Chase credit cards, you got to know how you want to use your points, okay? We already know we want to travel within the World Cup. Cool. But do you know which airlines? Do you know what's going to be the redemption rates? Do you know how to do all those travel points and miles things? If you don't, that's why you want to book that consultation with me on my website, travelfootballfan.com. 30-minute call, $40. We will get you set up with a customized plan for you, especially if you're looking to get one of these Chase credit cards, whether this one, the Reserve, which, yes, it is the more expensive one at $7.95, or the preferred at $95, okay? But with the Reserve, you are getting, like I said, a shit ton of points off your spend. Granted, a lot of it is on travel. So if you don't do a lot of travel spend, this might not be the best card for you, okay, on a year-to-year basis, because you earn 8 points on all purchases through the Chase Travel Portal, 4 points on flights and hotels booked directly. So if you are an independent hotel, or you want to use this card to earn those points on hotels and flights, great. And then you earn 3 times points on dining worldwide and 1 point on everything else. But if the majority of your spend is on this other category, then this card might not be worth it, because you're not maximizing the amount of rewards that you could potentially be earning. Okay? $300 annual travel credit, priority pass. I mean, this card is a tank when it comes to all these rewards. Of course, what happens is, and what the bank and what these banks want, is for you not to keep track of all these credits. Okay? Because you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, so why would the bank want to give someone so much in value in these rewards, right? It says there, you can get more than $2,700 annually in value with the Sapphire Reserve. And I think that's $2,700 already taking into account that $7.95 annual fee. The reason why the banks are more than happy to do that is because they're hoping that A, you do not maximize the rewards you can get, and that B, you don't know how to use those points to get the most value out of them. That's why they offer these flashy offers, in the hopes that you just sign up for it because you see all these points, and then it's like you don't know what to do with them. It's like buying a Porsche, but you don't know how to drive the damn thing. All right? So, again, that's why I offer my consultations for you. If you're looking to get this card, all right, let's make sure that you know how to drive this puppy. All right? Okay, we'll skip this card. This is a secured Visa credit card. So this is for building credit. Again, we're not really at the point for that now. It's kind of too late in that respect, at least for phase one. I don't know what this one is with Rocket Mortgage. That's not really important. I've not heard of Upgrade Triple Cash Rewards. Okay, World of Hyatt business credit card. Okay, so if you own a business, this could be useful if you're really like a Hyatt loyalist, but other than that, not really. And again, if you don't really spend on these major categories, this is what is this, Navy Federal? Okay, so this is a Navy Federal credit card. This is a cashback credit card? Yeah, cashback credit card. I don't know what that is. Another Navy Federal card. Sony, again, we've already talked about these lifestyle credit cards. Skip them at all costs. They're not really helpful to you. Another Navy Federal, Southwest, Chime. I've not really heard that many good things about Chime. Okay, so to wrap this video up, I know that one that maybe you're thinking is, wait a minute, where's the Capital One Venture X? Very good question. Okay, the Capital One Venture X is a Visa issued credit card. Okay. So this one, the Venture X, is a Visa issued credit card, but these are not. These are MasterCard. Okay, so that was the recent change that happened. Yeah, that's the recent change that happened, unfortunately, to the Capital One portfolio, because like for the longest time it was all Visa, but they recently bought they recently bought MasterCard. So, unfortunately, only the Venture X is a Visa-issued credit card. All the other ones are MasterCard. So, they're not going to help you purchase tickets, or I should say access the what is this? Access the phase one sales phase for the World Cup tickets coming up in November. So yeah, gotta keep that in mind. Okay. There might be one or two other credit cards that I might have missed, but again, that's all based on whether that product is going to be changing, the credit card issuer or the network that they're using. So yeah, so that's what all that depends. Okay. I hope this video was helpful. If you did find it helpful, go ahead and click the like button down below. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Click on the bell button to be notified when I do these videos. I know this was more less of a live and with few interaction, few questions, and more just kind of going through the list of credit cards. But if you do have questions now, I'm happy to stick behind for a couple of minutes to answer some of these questions. But as you can see, folks, as we get ready, right, as we get ready for this sales phase one for World Cup 26 tickets, we want to try to be as strategic as possible with this big spend, okay? Because let's just be honest, it's going to be a big spend that we all want to do, okay? Several thousands of dollars probably per person. So how can we maximize the points that we're earning, whether the points or the cash back? How can we maximize it, okay? Because what we want to get away from the habit of is from you to spend money going this way and you're not getting anything back. The mission is to always get something back in return. So would you say to get the credit card before game tickets and play tickets or just before game tickets? And damn, you say me, I was thinking of Venture X as my number one. No. The Venture X is a Visa issued credit card. Okay, so this one is a Visa issued credit card. Okay, let me make sure that we are totally straight with this one. Okay, this is totally Visa issued. The Venture is not. Okay, the Venture X does give you a heck of a lot of perks. That's why it has a $395 annual fee, okay? But this one is a Visa-issued credit card, okay? So I definitely want to make that clear. Venture X is a Visa-issued credit card. The Venture is not Visa, okay? And so to go back to your question, Jose, the question is, well, why not do both, okay? For example, with the Venture X, okay, you do get those 75,000 miles if you spend 4,000 in the first 3 months. That's very doable if you're looking to spend quite a bit on these tickets for the World Cup. You get a $10,000 bonus miles starting on your first year anniversary. So that's going to be after the World Cup, so it's not really going to affect. You will automatically get a $300 annual travel credit. So that means that annual fee of $395, because this card has a $395 annual fee, you're already going to get $300 back in a travel credit. So that means, in effect, this card is worth $95. And then if you don't have global entry or TSA pre-check, $120 right there in value, you basically are now coming out on the plus side of that $395 annual fee. Okay? So this credit card is perfect to get now. And I do have a referral link for this credit card on my website. If you want to support my work, that's a great way to support me. Because I would get bonus points for that, and then hopefully you will get this offer of 75,000 miles. Actually, let me go ahead and double check right now. If you go to my website, okay, so that we just quickly take a look at it. Referrals, I should have that updated here. If you click there, yep, here you go. You get unlimited 2 times with 75,000 points, and like I said, if you use my referral link, you'll hook me up with some bonus referral points, which I'll be much grateful, appreciated for that. But of course, keep it in the family, right? If someone else in your family or group of friends has a Venture X, help them out, help them get the extra miles in return. Okay, and so the way you earn with that credit card is you get 10 times points on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 5 times on flights and vacation rentals booked through Capital One Travel, and then 2 times miles on everything else. So it really makes it a very simple credit card to use. You don't have to track categories or anything like that. If I end up getting it, I got you with the referral. Dale, well, thank you so much, Jose. Really, really appreciate that. So yeah, like I said, very solid credit card. Okay, very like it's our workhorse credit card here in our house. Okay, we put our bills, we put our home renovations or expenses, home goods. What else? Some travel we do put there as well. What else? What else? What else? I mean, tolls, like anything that pretty much does not have a bonus category in our other credit cards. I'm gonna open up my Capital One up right now, just to kind of show you some of the other categories. Not show you, but talk about some of these other categories. Yeah, anything that basically does not earn that automatic 2 times miles on any other card, we put that puppy right in here. So we have Uber, tolls, spend at the airport, medical bills, parking, CVS, yeah, CVS, yeah. Okay, basically that. See, like we have specific spends that we want to put in there. So yeah, Nespresso, Old Town, yeah, that Nordstrom, those types of purchases. So very solid. You earn the 2 times points. Rather easy, peasy. And I did say bills too, right? So go figure. But yeah, Etsy credit card. Now, just to wrap this video up, if you need referrals to any of the credit cards we talked about, I do have a referral link for the Chase Sapphire Preferred as well. Again, you're only going to earn 1 times points on those World Cup ticket purchases, but if you do a lot of spend on your dining, right, and some upcoming travel, then you're going to be able to earn those points there as well. I do have other credit cards, but remember, if you're looking, again, just for World Cup expenses, you cannot use an American Express. So the American Express Gold is out. These are out. The Alaska Airlines Bank of America card, I believe, is still Visa issued. So again, if you're specific and you like Alaska Airlines a lot, Amex Business is out. Hilton Honors Amex is out. So yeah, they're really trying to limit the number of people that can access this phase 1, which is very interesting to say the least. So again, I have those links on my website. And again, go to visa.com. Okay, it'll probably reroute you to the US homepage for that full list of credit cards. Other websites that are great for you to use for the purposes of comparing credit card products, etc. Nerdwallet.com, excellent website for you to compare credit cards. Okay, as you can see here, Bankrate.com and Investopedia.com. Again, excellent websites for you to go in there, compare these products, and pretty much, again, pick the best card for you. And as always, like I said, if you need help, deciding on a strategy that is money and travel based for the World Cup, you can go ahead and book on my website, travelfootballfan.com, book yourself a consultation, and then we'll go ahead and discuss what will work best for you, okay? Thank you so much, folks. I appreciate you joining me today. I know it's a bit of a, again, slow period, 28 days to go. We still don't get a lot of information. This is not the most entertaining or exciting conversation to have. But thank you nonetheless for watching through this video, and hopefully this gave you some ideas, help you start thinking about how we're gonna maximize this big World Cup purchase that we're gonna make in 28 days, or rather, I should say, apply, and then eventually we'll buy tickets. Thank you so much, mi gente. Muchas gracias.